100 rare and incredible historical photos that you need to see. Robots called psychotrons by their Austrian inventor Klaus Scholz. One of them hands a cup of tea to Frau Schultz, circa 1950 in Vienna. Police officers watch with alarm as a pair of aliens casually stroll down Regent Street, London, 1964. A device with 2 mirrors and a built-in brush helped wash the back, 1947. Halibut catch, Amsterdam, 1913. Christian Dior fashion show at the foot of the Acropolis in Athens, 1951. Princess Elizabeth, 13, receives an award for her swimming skills as part of a team, London, 1939. Plague, Dr. Mask, Germany, 16th century. Filming the train crash scene from Back to the Future, Part 3, 1980s. The steamship Mercure, aground in the Trondheim Fjord, Norway, 1919. Dogcart, Netherlands, 1904. Inuit woman with baby, King Island, Alaska, taken between 1915 and 1925. A woman helps pull out fishing boats in Peniche, Portugal, 1950s. Portraits of women, smoking pipes, 1900s. Woman repairing a car, Budapest, Tyson Kylencaesar, Het Venegi. Navajo man wearing ceremonial mask, photo by Edward S. Curtis, 1904. Girls dressed for prom at an American high school in 1920. An ad from the 1930s about the dangers of being thin, nobody likes a skinny girl, and how to gain weight with beer. American soldier wearing the crown of the Holy Roman Empire in a cave in Siegen, Germany, on April 3, 1945. U.S. Army nurses sunbathing next to a twin 40mm on a Coast Guard troopship returning from Europe, 1945. Pin on future fashion, 1945. In Dad's Uniform, 1916. Children in front of world's largest log cabin in Portland, Oregon, USA, 1938. Built in 1905, burned down in 1964. A Christmas party in an underground shelter in London, December 25, 1940. The oldest diving suit in the world, 18th century. Norma Jean, in 1945, before she became famous as Marilyn Monroe. Dancer at a fair in London, 1934. Ice delivery man, Houston, Texas, 1928. Advertisement for the Holborn 6100 personal computer, Netherlands, 1981. Cozy living room, 1930. Teenagers in front of the Acropolis, Athens, 1983. A buffalo-drawn wagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, 1900. Dinner party at the Astor Hotel in New York, 1904. The FBI arrests a protester against the draft in Vietnam, Philadelphia, 1969. Students in a college dorm room in 1910, University of Illinois. Students and their teacher, Beaugency, France, 1890. A bouncer at the Shanghai Reds, California, escorts a customer to the door, 1953. Hopi Indian woman, 1890. Autobahn, West Germany, 1972. European moving in a hammock, Alada, Benin, 1895. The most secure safe in a bank, 1920. Sailing boat on the Seine, France, 1890. Inupiat man teaching a young boy to shoot, Alaska, 1920. Harvey Ball is the man who invented the smiley face. Colorized photo of a young Fidel Castro, 1946. Women of the Egyptian harem choose outfits and dresses in a store, late 19th century. A man listens to a player and plays Pac-Man, 1980s. Bathing elephants, India, 1862. Brother and sister from Charlottesville, Virginia, 1916. Sorrento, Amalfi Coast, Italy, 1888. George Harrison with his cat. London, 1877. Watler Davidson poses on his Harley-Davidson motorcycle in 1907. Balloon flight in Florence, Italy, 1884. Elizabeth Taylor with her brother Howard in 1937. Mother and daughter on a swing, late 19th, early 20th century. Miriam Colon, 155 centimeters tall, stands next to James Arness, 2 meters tall. Wailing Wall, Jerusalem, 1877. Despite the fact that Richard Keel often played scary characters, he was known as a very kind and friendly person. Public Disinfectors, England, 1877. Beached whales, early 20th century. Cabin in the Las Vegas Valley, USA, 1895. Whitby, England, 1880. Elizabeth Taylor gives her four-legged friend a bath. Manhattan Back Alley, New York City, 1888. Dangerous Sports Club cross-country skiing, St. Moritz, Switzerland, 1983. London Posterman, 1877. A child in Outshorn, Cape Province, South Africa, sits on a pile of ostrich eggs, 1939. Inner courtyard of the Abbey of San Gregorio, circa 1860 to 1880. Girls on the Street in Italy, 1951. Postbox, Germany, 1894. A circus performer trains a zebra to stand on its hind legs, 1920. Two gentlemen and their delightful dog with a double cane in his mouth, 1890s. Frida Kahlo and Leon Trotsky. Historians claim they had a brief affair, 1937. Man riding a camel, circa 1856. Crater left after the underground nuclear explosion. Sedan, 1960s, Nevada. The largest artificial crater in the USA. Alley, Trinity College in winter, England, 1866. Halloween costumes of the 1920s. Large alligator, Louisiana, 1870s. The second-class deck of the Titanic, April 11, 1912. Old Man and Child. Great Britain, early 20th century. A 17-year-old boy with his Italian Vespa scooter, England, 1983. Wedding photography, Wexford, Ireland, 1965. Shampoo advertisement, 1920s. Public toilet in Paris, France, 1875. Inventor of the home trampoline. George Nissen impressively demonstrates his brainchild to others, trying to jump higher than a kangaroo, 1960. Wrestler Ric Flair and a very young Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, 1980s. Cheap fish vendors, St. Giles's area, London, 1887. Spectators react to the explosion of the Space Shuttle Challenger, which was destroyed by an external fuel tank explosion 73 seconds into the flight, killing all 7 crew members. Anna Swan, who stood 240 meters tall, was one of the tallest women in the world in the 1870s. Skier. Dick Brown jumps over his car, Lassen County, California, 1940. Mobsters hide their faces at Al Capone's trial, 1931. Four physicists taking a walk. From left to right, Albert Einstein, Hideki Yukawa, John Wheeler, and Homi Jahangir Bhabha, 1954. Albert Einstein visited Lincoln University, Pennsylvania, the first degree-granting HBCU in the U.S., to give a lecture in 1946. A young newsboy stands in front of a downtown Seattle theater that closed after Mayor Ole Hansen's proclamation concerning public gatherings during the Spanish flu pandemic, 1918. 4-year-old Mary, who shucks 2 pots of oysters a day at Dunbar. The mother is the fastest shucker in the place, earns $1.50 a day. Dunbar, Louisiana, 1911. October 1960. Senator John F. Kennedy and his wife, Jacqueline Kennedy, campaign in New York. Man takes a selfie using a stick of wood to activate the camera, 1957. An American soldier kisses his girlfriend on the grass. Photographed in Hyde Park, London, 1945. The wrecked remains of actor James Dean's Porsche 550 Spider, Cholame, California, USA, September 30th, 1955. Titanic's stern photographed by a Thomas Barker, a newspaper photographer who boarded the ship during her brief stop at Queenstown, Ireland, on April 11, 1912. Dog completing a parachute jump during training, 1944. The Prince of Naples, later King Victor Emmanuel III of Italy, holding a picture of his grandfather, Victor Emmanuel II, 1873. Barricade on Rues Bosphrois and Charonne, Paris, on the start of the Paris Commune of 1871. The great Gama Ghulam Muhammad Bakhsh Butt, commonly known as Rustami Hind, and by the ring name, the Great Gama. In the early 20th century, he was an undefeated wrestling champion of the world, 1910. Robin Williams, at 27 years old and a few weeks after the airing of Mork and Mindy, is on his way to Studio 54 to attend a party celebrating his newfound fame. Soviet peasants listen to the radio for the first time, 1928. Morgantown, West Virginia, October 1908. Mountain guides carry a rich lady who wanted to climb Vesuvius in 1910. Fish for sale, Portugal, 1950s. Supermodel turned actress Mila Jovovich, 1996. Traffic around the Nørreport stop, Copenhagen, Denmark, 1905. Jesuit priests hear confessions near Midland, Ontario, Canada, circa 1955. Lake Weissensee, Austria, 1930. Swedish model, Lisa von Sagreves at the Eiffel Tower, Paris, 1939. Wash Day in Volendam, Netherlands, 1930s. Italian-style pasta drying on racks in the Italian sun, 1955. Scano, Italy, 1951. A fur coat made of monkey fur by French designer Guy Laroche, Paris, 1970. Bessie Coleman was the first black pilot to be rejected from a flight school in the United States. She went to France, where she learned French and received her international pilot rating in 1922. Decanting wine in the warehouses of Bercy, Paris, 1904. Freddie Mercury on the bullet train heading to Nagoya during the Hot Space Japan tour, Nishinomiya, Japan, October 25, 1982. A large family living in Paris. Photo from the series, Paris and Parisians in the photographs of Jean-Philippe Charbonnier, 1952. A German soldier poses for a photograph with his father, dressed in an old Bavarian uniform, 1913. Eiffel Tower, Paris, France, 1932. Bar patrons, Sweden, Stockholm, 1895. Painters sit at a market waiting for work. Bucharest, Romania, 1928. Pink Floyd's Wish You Were Here album. Cover shoot, Warner Brothers, 1975. Bar in Paris, 1938. A young helper with 2 buckets helps 2 fishermen in traditional baggy trousers and klompen. Portrait of fishermen with their catch in the Lofoten Islands, 1910. Venice, 1960. Paris, 1920s. Poverty, La Courneuve, a suburb of Paris, 1952. The Wright Brothers' First Flight, 1903. Kifisia, Greece, 1920. Winona Ryder, Jodie Foster, and Julia Roberts, 1989. Help is on the Way, Broviken Bay, Sweden, 1955. Stevie Wonder at the London School for the Blind, 1970. Transporting car tires at the Renault plant, France, 1950. Demi Moore, 1993. Paris, around 1950. Coal and gas-powered taxi, England. Enough fuel was stored on the roof of the car for a range of 24 kilometers, 1920. Selling shoes in front of the Church of Santa Barbara dei Libri, Rome, late 1940s. The Fall of the Berlin Wall, 1989. Man and woman with ducks on the street of Paris, circa 1950. A farmer's wife and daughter on their way to church, West Germany, late 19th century. A Victorian couple can't help but laugh as they pose for a photograph, 1890s. Girl and Her Kitten, 1931. Members of the black girls' softball team, the Owls, 1930s. Sharpshooter Annie Oakley shoots over her shoulder using a hand mirror, 1899. These rare photos gave us a powerful glimpse into the moments that shaped our world. If they left you speechless too, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more unforgettable journeys into the past.